Good morning. Typically, I write my own devotionals. I don't steal from other sources very much. I like to share what's on my mind. But I was particularly moved by a devotional that I read, and I liked it so much that I want to share it with you. And so I want to be very upfront and transparent with the fact that this is not my work, but rather this is the author, a pastor from British Columbia by the name of Jenna Fabiano. And Jenna is an ordained minister and pastor at Willoughby Church in Langley, British Columbia. She wrote these words about wisdom that I just thought were particularly good. She said, "Let's close our reflection for this month by focusing again on wisdom. Here, about halfway through Proverbs, is a verse that summarizes much of what the book aims to teach." And what she's talking about here is these words from Proverbs: Wisdom's instruction is to fear the Lord. She says, at the end of the day, who or what consumes most of your thinking? Who or what are you in awe of? What would you say is the most important thing in your life? We do well to check in with ourselves regularly and ask these questions, because if something takes priority over the Lord in our lives, then we will find that everything else tumbles into disarray. Wisdom says that when the Lord is our greatest priority, everything else will fall into proper alignment. When the Lord is our focus, we take on a posture of humility and worship rather than seeking to gain honor for ourselves. If reputation, financial success, being liked by everyone, or getting what we want is our greatest priority, then we will lack humility and won't be able to mirror Jesus. We might speak about him, but we won't live like him. So here is a crucial question. What is your greatest priority? Or what do you want your greatest priority to be? Those were the words of Jenna Fabiano. And I want to add to that a little bit, saying, did you get what she was saying? Did you understand the message that wisdom is not intelligence? Wisdom is not how smart we are. It is how we prioritize the things of life, how we decide and distinguish what is important to us, and not only state it, but live it out. I remember a family in our church years and years ago, not in this church, but a congregation where I served before, who placed a very high priority on education. It was vital that their children had good grades. That was important to them. None of us would deny that grades and education are important, but those kids would frequently stay home from youth group because they had a test the following day. The parents were essentially sending a message to their children that there was something bigger than God, and that was education and success in knowledge. Just by the mere fact that they allowed their child to stay home and study, said that study is more important than a relationship with Jesus Christ. I had other kids in the same youth group whose parents also valued education a great deal, but they valued a relationship with Jesus Christ even more. And so those kids were in youth group. Even if they had a test the next day, they were in youth group because that's where their heart was. That's what was important to them. Jenna Fabiano in her devotional emphasized that wisdom says that when the Lord is our greatest priority, everything else falls into proper alignment. It means we keep life and relationships in the proper order. That's what real wisdom is the priorities. Be wise in your life. Be wise in your priorities. Amen.